Hey everybody, and welcome back to Betty and Leon. In today's episode, we're back on the journey, man, and we've got a whole bunch of new parts that I'm super keen to fit. And I'm also keen to show you because they're pretty sweet. So the first cab off the rank today is water pumps. We've been waiting on a whole bunch of parts to turn up, and some of them are these little bits. So super lightweight water pump pulley and a new impeller, which will flow the water a bit better compared to, you know, your old school style. That's actually what's in a normal water pump, and the old V-belt. So one of the main reasons of changing pulleys is it's all about mass and inertia and things like that. Old pulley, 516 grams. New pulley, 237. So massive weight saving. And when you think about that thing spinning and starting and stopping all the time with engine revs, then it makes a difference. So we've gone and got lightweight crank pulleys and alternator pulleys. All of them are heaps lighter weight than their cousins, which are currently on the Son of Godzilla motor beside me. So yeah, essentially we're just trying to make everything spin a lot easier and faster, and you know, at the end of the day, that all makes horsepower. Step one is I've got to put this back into this. So we're going to press it in. Just put a little bit of grease on it so it can slide in. That's what I've got to do. Got to heat it up, don't I? If it wasn't hot enough in the summertime of Australia to add a little bit more heat to the area, pretty stupid, but got to do what you got to do to get by when you're out in the shed with no insulation. I blame Rob for that. Oh yeah, there is a fire extinguisher, that's good. So we're not trying to turn this back into molten aluminium, we're just trying to heat it up a little touch so we can expand it and press back in the whole bearing section that we'd previously removed for other reasons. Coming to an episode near you at some point. Oh, I can feel the heat in the bad unit. Have we given it enough time? I feel like we are because my hands are burning. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. Slide in. Is it just gonna slide in, mate?
Oh my God, look at that.
It actually did.
It did, yep.
And it's all the way down.
Beautiful.
Didn't even need the press.
Yeah.
Motherfuck.
Oh, it'll still be hot.
Yeah, that's hot, guys. That
Yeah.
right there.
That kind of what happens when you have a torch on it for a little bit.
I knew I was going to do that to myself too, you know.
You could probably stick it in the sun for it to cool down.
Yeah, actually. A short little intermission in this episode. We found ourselves an RX2 in a barn, covered in dust. Amazing, guys. Amazing. Look at it. Look at this beauty. We just found it the other day. Owned by some guy called Rob. Don't know who he is, but look at it. It's got to be $1 million car, doesn't it, with that amount of dust on it? Anyway, back to the original programming. Well, that's back on there. So now we need to shove impellery goodness onto the L Shaftosaurus Rex. And we've got the instructions here, which we won't be using. So what we're going to do is we're going to press this onto the shaft and use a little bit of permanent bearing locker.
That's a great bit of YouTubey bullshit there, but I know you've read those instructions.
Maybe I did actually read it. Mm-hmm. If the manufacturer's watching, I did follow all the instructions. We just had the GoPro die on us mid pressing, but anyway, end result is got ourselves a little whirly bird on our water pump now. So
and what did we save in weight there? You can just read it off the bench.
856 grams is what we've saved just in that. So if we add that with the pulley, which was another 260 saved.
Oh yeah.
It's like a kilo. 1 kg. I could lose 20, but 1 kg. Yeah, so what a good weight saving. Plus also we'll get better cooling. But I mean, to be fair, Betty's engine, the SOG, the beast, the legend sitting right here. Can you see it? Yeah, that. One of the toughest little 12As around this bad unit. Never got hot ever, so maybe it's to do with my V-mount design. Don't know. Formula One in Group N. That's how we roll. All right, let's get on to the next thing, which is, I don't even know right now, alternators. Let's do alternators. Let's put some pulleys on some alternators. So we just buzz-elated. You saw me in a slow-mo, taking off the alternator pulley. Let's have a look. Let's go to the scales. When they want to turn on, you can do it. Alrighty, so old school pull, 114 grammages. New school pull, 89. 25 grams saved. Not bad. Mm-hmm. Not bad. Not bad. Let's see if it fits though. Oh, there's no thread, bro. There's no thread. Hang on. Look at that. I never knew that was on the alternators. I think it's going to fit much better now. Oh, look at that. It's a bought one. So let's buzz that fella back on and carry on our merry way. I really don't want to put a spring washer on it though, because I feel like I'm going to damage the anodizing, and then, you know, my heart won't be able to rest because I know that I damaged it. Maybe I'm just going to Loctite that and pray that the racing gods don't screw me when I get it wrong in the future. Oh yeah, another day.
You want an ordinary washer?
Another day, another shirt. Eat, sleep, rotate, repeat. BetOnLeon.com. Spend your whole pay packet. Just get in there. Just, it's Christmas. Come on, do it for me. And your mum. It's pouring down outside. You'll probably be able to hear that, but them's the breaks when you're living in Queensland in the summertime. Gonna throw the water pump back together. You thought I was gonna finish off that alternator, but I didn't. I'm just doing half jobs today. So we're gonna go back to the water pump, and probably because it's a new day and I've got bolts little behind the scenes there. But yeah, let's get it on. Oh, there's two cameras now.
Well, I was going to do that one in slow-mo.
Oh, let's get some aviation sealant. Let's go. Let's go with that. Is this what we actually want to use on here? That stinks. That smells like 1970s Marlboro cigarette fingers in a pub while they've been drinking Victoria Bitter all afternoon. Fucking disgusting. Oh, what are we going to use, my man? Coming a little closer. Water pump is on, but check out what's next. I've been waiting about, I'm going to say, 3 years to fit this, and that's not a lie. Beautiful piece of machining. I think this came from Franklin Engineering or somewhere.
Yeah.
Some of the boys in NZ, I believe. Side mount alternator kit. So, why would we want a side mount alternator, I hear you ask? Well, with the alternator sitting on top of the engine, it means that you can't really make a decent airbox, because the alternator, swing over here, Roberto, the alternator's too tall. It ends up rubbing on the box. So by getting that off the top and down to the side, we can make a nicer intake for the car to get all those killer wasps. So this dude just bolts on the side. It's I actually think it's over-engineered. I'm not going to lie. It's look at that thing, billet 6061. Yeah, look at that. Look at that chunk. That is wild. So I don't even know if the alternator is going to fit properly with these pulleys. These pulleys have actually never been used with side mount alternator, so we're going to get what we get. But I think we should be right. So let's try it. Let's fail. Let's fix it. Let's succeed. You know, that's how we do on this channel. We've now finished putting on the alternator bracket, beastie little unit, and before we go and put the alternator on and throw all the pulleys on it, we want to come around here, mate. Come around here. We want to remove the crank pulley in favour of a new lightweight version. So to do this, we're going to have to dismount the engine because anybody who knows rotaries, in there is a Torrington bearing, and it basically just sits kind of on the top of the eccentric shaft. So obviously if it's sitting like this, it's got potential for it to fall off, and then you do it back up and you've got no idea because it's right inside the front cover here. And yeah, you can basically crush that Torrington bearing and ruin all your end float, and damage to the engine will ensue. So what we're going to do is dismount this, put it on the ground, rattle it off, rattle on the new one, cut timing marks into it, and Bob's your uncle. Continuing our comparisons, the one that just come off it, Jesus, nearly half a kilo, 450. I reckon this is going to be 150. Oh, 157. That's crazy.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yep. That is insane. So we just did some quick maths and used protractor, compass, and set our little timing marks. So 0 degrees, 10, 20, and 30. So now we can throw it back on because it's good to go. Make sure it lines up with the keyway.
Beautiful.
And find out what the torque spec is for the main nut so that we can torque it up properly, I guess, is the next thing we need to do. Just Googleize that for me, throw it in the comments, and I'll wait for your response. No, I'm kidding. We have that technology here. Water pump pulley. You've got to put a little spacer on, depending on which water pump you run. If it's old or new, sometimes you got to throw the spacer on. So for this guy, we definitely got to throw the spacer on. And then line it up. And then just going to put one bolt in to make it all
Oh man, that looks lined up.
lined up. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon it's really good.
Is it throwing belts or is it?
No, it should be fine.
I mean, I've seen worse Gilmore drives. Bayer has. What?
Yeah. Yeah, how does that stay on there?
I do not know.
I don't know either.
It is actually magic because there's.
Say, electric water
It's just hopes. It's just hopes and dreams at this point that holds your.
Yeah, the whole car together.
It's spinning truer than true.
If you've got to have a water pump, that's actually
That's
pretty good.
it. Actually looks. I would actually run that on a custom car. You know, like even just a road car. That looks sick. Green Brothers Racing. You've outdone yourselves. That looks awesome and functional. That's the point we care about the most. And I reckon.
So who's it from?
Green Brothers Racing.
And where are they?
In New Zealand.
Oh,
Our
yeah.
brothers across the ditch again.
Oh, yeah. Because I'm sure that is too. That's
Yep.
Franklin Engineering.
Yep. No, the boys across New Zealand. I have much respect for them.
Oh, yeah.
They build some good gear. So that concludes today's episode. We basically got the engine in a good spot now. We've got that alternator mounted, water pumps on it. We do have this belt on it, but as you can see, she's a little bit too long. So we'll have to place an order for that and get a shorter belt because we do want to run it quite tight to the engine because we might have the chassis rail coming through here and, you know, we've got to deconflict some things. So I think on the next episode, we'll get the intake on it. And then, yeah, finish off the little bit for the water pump there, get the gearbox on it, and then it'll be ready for the car. So as always, thanks for sticking around, and we'll catch you on the next one.